Hey dudes and girls, we're here in the gym for day 2 of the first week of the program. We got Luce over here, he's 17, he's running about 160 pounds, he's 6'2", and we already went over some mobility stuff, kind of warm him up, get him ready. This is a full body routine for the second day here, just like day 1. If you missed that one, check that one out. Goes into a little bit more detail in the mobility, so today we just kind of went through it, little highlights there. But the first exercise we have here is the trap bar deadlift. Now, with this one here, the meaning of deadlift, of course, is you're starting the weight from a dead position. So usually with a squat, you'll unrack it, and you start in the top position. You're gonna bring it down, you're gonna feel that nice deep stretch in the muscles, and you're gonna basically rubber band it up to the top position. But this one, of course, it's in a dead position where you're gonna have to generate that force without that stretch reflex. So you're gonna start in this position here. So Liz, you wanna step up? We're just gonna go form a little bit. And this will concentrate a little bit more on legs. As you can tell, the weight is distributed more evenly on the legs. So it's not essentially like a rear-loaded squat, and it's not really a kind of front-loaded like deadlift where it's working more of the posterior chain here. It's really kind of gonna be somewhat balanced in between, so you're still gonna get a lot of the quad work too. So go ahead and it's gonna be about hip width in the stance. We're gonna have the toes pointing forward. They can slightly come out if need be. We'll bring those feet in a little bit more there. Yeah, a little bit more. Bring in about hip width, perfect. Okay, so with this one, your upper torso is going to be more vertical. So your upper body is more vertical here. So instead of a bent over position, you're gonna really try to kind of push the hips back a little bit where, just like this. So it's a less load on the spine this way, a little bit more comfortable. And what you're gonna do is push with the legs, nice tight grip, and then boom, straight up. You can tell he extended the hips to the top, which is perfect. Knees are coming in a little bit, so let's close that. Let's stance up just a little bit more there, Lewis. Yep, just about hip width there. So when you push, when you're here, try not to have the knees come in. So that's collapsing the arches, the knees are coming in. So just like a squat, you really want to almost like, imagine you're screwing in your feet to the floor without really pulling your toes out. So if you're coming here, and you're outward, that's that external rotation in the leg, and you're pulling this way, it's immediately gonna create torque in that joint and stabilize a little bit more and keep those knees from turning inward here. So imagine almost like spreading the floor with your feet. That's pretty kind of a good visualization for that. Okay, here we go. Good form. And boom, top position, good. Neutral chin, that's it. Down, neutral chin. Bring the chin down just a bit more for the neutral spine position. There we go, yeah. It's kind of weird because you're almost like looking down almost at the floor rather than up, but that's fine. That's it, good. Get 2 more, looking good, looking good. That's it. And up. Beautiful, okay, we'll drop that. So, awesome job for the first set. Now, we haven't really got quite, there's almost kind of more of a warm-up. We didn't go over his 1 rep maxes for this exercise, or I guess for this day in general. So what we're gonna do is kind of take some time to feel out his particular weight for this exercise and all these exercises in this day. So if you don't have the time to go over the 1 rep max like we did on the first day, where you have all the exercises and the weights ready, we kind of want to take this day to show you what it is like if you don't calculate the 1 rep max. So where you don't know exactly your 85%, where you'd be doing your 6 repetitions in this phase right here. So as you can tell, this weight, although it felt decently heavy, he did it pretty easily. So we're gonna add a little bit to hit that 6 reps. And what you wanna do is really try to start hitting fatigue at those 6 repetitions. So you're just about at your limit there. So that way you know as you progress, your muscles are getting stronger for each week. So how'd that feel, Liz? Good. Yeah, look good. Another thing to keep in mind too is when you're in the top position, when you get here, if let's say you're doing a deadlift and you have the bar in front of you, that bar is gonna keep you from overextending here. So since, you do have a bar in front of you, but it's kind of like a little bit away from you. So this exercise, you can some people tend to overextend at the top position. And what happens is, of course, that's gonna put a lot of pressure in the spine here. So when you get to that top position, really try to squeeze the glutes. And again, try to kind of almost like screw in your feet to the floor, and that's gonna stabilize. So that way you never have that overextension happening and there's no injury there. But form looked good. So we're gonna add a little bit of weight here. That was the first set, first warm up. And then now we're gonna do the working sets. 3 sets of 6 repetitions. So his hand position here, as you can tell, it's just about mid-foot. So you don't want it too far forward, you don't want it too far back here. So you can tell his shoulder blades pretty much are right over his grip and right over the middle of his foot here. So everything's in line there. So he knows that when he pushes, everything's gonna be in that straight line, and it's gonna be perfect for that lift. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Good, squeeze, that's it. Good, 3 more, neutral position. That's it. Lean in, squeeze glutes, that's it. Nice, good work. One thing, keep in mind, I know it's so easy to get in this position here and you want to look up when you're doing it, but it's bringing your spine out of alignment. And it's not necessarily like, oh, you're gonna get injured right away. So I mean, of course you can get away with that, but it's just not a very good habit to build on. So we were talking earlier where kind of put your fist under your chin here, where it's hitting your clavicle and the bottom of your chin. In that position here helps with that spinal alignment and that neutral chin there, because that always keeps, if you have a neutral and stabilized spine, you're gonna have a hell of a lot more power output than if you're breaking that position here, because the central nervous system then is all of a sudden going crazy. So what you wanna do is everything real neutral and tight, and then go in that position. So you're almost that chin is following your chest kind of up. So if you have your sternum here, it's in that alignment right there. So if you're always wondering, just put that fist right on the chin, and then you know when you're in that neutral position. And try not to look up too much. I know in high school they always teach you to look at the ceiling, right? They're like, that's what you gotta aim for, look as much as you can, you know, but that's unfortunately something that needs to be erased from the training system there, because it's just never a good thing. You always want that spine aligned, neutral, and in a good position there. So I think that was a good weight. That was the 6 reps. We have 2 more sets, and that form's looking tight, man, looking good. Ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
1 trap bar, lift at a time. All right, here we go. So hit about around 90-second rest. There we go, beautiful. All right, so everything's tight. Nice deep breath. And then exhale, good. Exhale. Good, down touch. That's it. Watch that turn, there we go. Nice, looking good, making it look easy. So a couple things too to keep in mind in this lift is, you know, kind of doing the touch and go right now. So when you bring it down, touch, and then right back up, it's kind of keeping in tension in the muscles, which is fine. If you want to raise the difficulty slightly, and more of, let's say, a conventional deadlifts is where you would bring that weight down, pause, take the time to reset, and then go right into the next lift. So that's essentially like you're starting each rep from scratch in that full dead position, because we were talking about earlier that you kind of hit that stretch reflex where, just imagine you're taking a rubber band and you're pulling that rubber band back, and it's creating that energy, and then it's ready to snap back into position. That's essentially what your muscles are doing, kind of going into that stretch reflex down. You're stretching, building that energy up in like a normal squat, and then creating that force back to the top position. So if you're hitting that touch and go, it's kind of similar in that sense, where you're bringing it down, the muscles are kind of hitting it, and then you're kind of bouncing back to position, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But on this next set, we're gonna try erasing the touch and go, and we're gonna have you bring it all the way down, reset, and then go into the top position. So you're essentially creating that force and that power from that dead position. So, and let's say going from sports, you're in more of a relaxed position, and let's say you're stealing on base or something, right? So you're on base, you're first base, and you want to steal second. You're on second, you want to steal third. And you're in that, you know, you're kind of relaxed position, you're watching the pitcher, and you need to create that force right off the bat. These is going to help with that, because it's essentially the same from in that dead position, and then you have to create a lot of that power and force. So we're going to try that for this second set and see how it feels. He's pumped. He doesn't look like he has a steely gaze. That's right. That's it. Boom. So reset, okay. Nope, you don't even have to let go or anything. It's the same position, so keep it, but you just kind of mental checklist of what you have to do. Neutral chin, screwing the legs in the floor, boom, extension. There, perfect. Deep breath, and then just imagine stealing that base. Ready? Boom. Power, good. That's it. Power. That's it. Yeah, Lewis. There we go. Oh yeah, man. Good job. How'd that feel?
Good.
Yeah. You can tell you kind of get that quick start, get that power versus the energy, and you get that full contraction muscle. Nice. So we got one more set. You can take a little break. I know there's a lot of information thrown at him right off the bat. So you can take some time, do some calculations in his head, figure all this out, and then we're gonna do set 3, and then we're gonna move on to the next exercise. So we got the farmer's walks next. This essentially is not only gonna work on, of course, leg strength, stability, but it's also gonna work on a lot of the upper body too, and especially grip. Now, farmer's walks is something that Lewis holds close to his heart because he is a farmer himself and comes from a long lineage of farmers, so he should know these pretty well. Going in the summertime, bucking those hay bales and whatnot. So these should be a breeze for him, but we're not gonna start him off too heavy, just kinda gotta get him used to it. And the reason it's working on grip, of course, is because you're gonna be grabbing this bar here. We're gonna be using the trap bar. Again, you can also use dumbbells. Of course, you don't wanna use a barbell because you're gonna be walking, you want that free motion in your legs. So I'll kind of go through it real quick, Lewis, so you can kind of at least see what it looks like. It's pretty simple, pretty much what the name explains. Be grabbing it up, you're gonna be deadlifting it up just like you did earlier. Nice tight grip, and then you slowly be walking down. You're gonna slowly turn. And what you want to do is focus on, instead of leaving your shoulders slack, you want to keep those traps up, slightly shrug, so that way they're nice and tight, and that really tight grip, and squeeze those handles as hard as you can. So you're keeping everything really tight, your chest up. What you don't want to do is let that chest collapse, and that's going to make some flexion in the spine. So much like we always kind of talk about, is keeping that neutral and stable spine, right? Tight core, control that breathing. All right, here we go. That's it, good. There we go. Really grip that bar as tight as you can. Keep these tight, slight shrug, and watch the end here. You just don't want to hit it. There we go. Nice and slow, good. Turning around. There we go. Nice. Everything tight. And we're gonna keep you going too. So once you reach that, you're gonna turn around and go again. There we go. Nice and slow, everything tight, your shoulder shrugged a bit. There you go, chest up, feel that breathing. All right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna set it down right there once you're done. And go ahead and bring it down. Perfect, how'd that feel?
Good.
Light?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go a bit heavier. We wanted to kind of do this feel out set for a couple of reasons. First, it's the first time doing this particular exercise, although he's kind of done something similar in the past, like we were saying. But we're gonna go up and weight and see how it feels. So obviously, the more weight you put on, the more it's going to put your grip into play, but also you're gonna feel a lot more in the upper back muscles and the leg muscles too. So we're gonna put a 45 on and see how that feels. Yep, good form. There we go, beautiful, okay. Nice and tight. Really grip that bar. It's looking good. All the way down to that gym bag. We'll take one more round. Think you can handle it?
Can I reset real quick?
Yep, reset. See his grip? Okay, perfect, here we go. Even if you fail before getting there, it's fine. We want to try to take the limit. There we go, come on, grip that bar. Make it tight. Woo, here we go, ready? That's it, keep it tight. Almost there, you got this. Nice, good man, hell yeah. Where you feel it?
My hands.
Yeah, the hands, okay, it's the grip. So a lot of people, we'll get a lot of questions, and we have in the past, where it's like, my grip, and that's why this exercise is so great. Of course, it is stressing your upper back, a little bit in the legs and the glutes, but your grip obviously is gonna be stressed the most. So this exercise is perfect for increasing that grip strength, as Lewis just found out. So we're gonna take a little break here. And we can even between sets too. So if you feel some tightness in there, obviously you probably will as it kind of you go along. You can do some stretches here. Imagine like you're praying to the God of gains. There we go. And kind of like rotate it outwards. You can tell it's a little stretch in that, the flexors of the forearm and extensors a bit. Yeah, just to kind of stretch it out because of course, the more you contract or hold something, especially in this position, the tighter the muscle can get. So between sets, you can kind of loosen them up a little bit while you're resting to reset for set number 2. Yeah, because we didn't count set number 1, I know. Yeah. That was a warm up. So set number 2 for the working set, and then we'll get one more after that, and then we're moving on. Yeah. Hell yeah. We got the rack pull set up here, as you can tell. Now the positioning in this one is going to vary, but we're going to be doing it where the bar is really set up just below the knee area here. So what you gotta think about a rack pull is, you know, a simple way of putting it is kind of the upper half of a conventional deadlift. So if you take a conventional deadlift, you're going to be utilizing a pushing mechanism until your shins are pretty much perpendicular to the floor or vertical. And then as soon as you hit that position here, you're gonna start a pulling mechanism with the back, pushing through the hips, and then get that nice squeeze in the top position. So we're working in that position, the upper half portion. So you're gonna be working a lot of posterior chain, you're gonna be working on the hamstrings, glutes, but also a lot in the back as well. Okay. So same kind of positioning as the conventional deadlift. You wanna step up to the bar, and the bar is gonna be placed about mid-foot. So if you wanna kind of eyeball it here, you don't want it too far forward where the pressure of the ball of your feet, you don't want it too far back where you're really just pushing with your heels. So step forward just slightly, there we go, right about there, excellent. Now your grip, and we're gonna do a double overhand grip, and it's just gonna be about shoulder width here. So right outside your knees, right there, good. So you're gonna be bending forward, exactly. And as you can tell, the bar is placed right below his knee here. Now in this, once you get in that position here, you wanna make sure your shoulder blades are right over the bar as well. So you don't want too far forward here, you want too far back where you're pulling here. So make sure the shoulders and the arms are right over the bar so you get that nice straight pull, much like you would do in the conventional deadlift there. So go ahead and get in position there, Lewis. There you go, neutral chin, neutral chin. There we go, here we go, okay. So everything's stable here. You got that nice back, excellent. So now you're gonna be pulling and pushing those hips through, squeeze in the glutes, and then back down. Okay. So you're gonna reset and then go again. Here we go. That's it, squeeze, down, touch, neutral chin. There we go, there we go. That's it, squeeze, good. Tighten the lats up as you hold that bar. Ready? And go ahead. Excellent. Back down. Ready? And pull. Keep it tight. Extension. Good. Two more. Here we go. That's it. Down. Last one. There we go. Squeeze. Back down. Perfect. Good. Nice work. How'd it feel?
Good.
Where are you feeling it?
Right here in the lower back.
Lower back? Exactly. So the rectors here, the rectus spinae muscles, are kind of two underlining muscles that are gonna run alongside the spine, and they're really gonna be helping with stabilizing that spine in the neutral position. So that's why they usually, you know, the term the core, of course, is your abdominal muscles here, but also it's gonna be the muscles in the back, the erector muscles, and they're all stabilizing the spine. So, of course, with the posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, erectors, but also a little bit in the lats to hold that bar control is all gonna be working. So it's a pretty complex lift as far as what muscles is working, but it's excellent to work that posterior chain. And we'll get you a break, some water if you need it. But good job, man. Form looked great.
Thank you.
Yeah. We got dips coming up next, so we're gonna hit more of that chest. Of course, we worked a lot of the posterior chain like we were saying earlier. So now, hit those pecs, you know, do the pec bounce. So that way you're chilling at the cove or, you know, the lake, and you get to like show off for the ladies. Do a little pec bounce, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. This is lost, you know what I'm talking about. That's fine. So, you know, see it like straight up and doing like this. So we'll have you slightly bent forward. So if you're in this position, push your hips back. And then what you're gonna do is keep your shoulders back a bit. Kind of almost depressed and retracted slightly, much like in the bench press. You're really trying to focus on the chest. And then you're gonna bring it down here and push. So imagine this is the bar here. And of course the grip's gonna be slightly different, but you're pushing with the chest. So keeping the shoulders back, you're gonna bring it down and push. So you can tell my torso is leaning forward here. It's okay to have a little flexion.
Let's see if I can do it.
Okay. If not, it's fine, we'll just do the assisted, but.
Because this might be.
There we go. So push this back, lean forward. There we go. Oh yeah. 6 reps. Here we go. Get this swinging. So as you can tell too, it's the core. There's a lot of core stabilization, so the legs start swinging a bit. But let's get you on the assisted ones, so that way you can still feel your own body weight. But so you're gonna bring your feet up here, and we'll kind of limit that range of motion too. So you just bring it down and up. You don't have to go crazy low here, but we'll see how that feels. It's not too much assistance, but I think it'll be enough where you can kind of feel. Yep, there we go. Good. Lean forward. Keep it tight, hips back. That way you stabilize. There we go. Tighten that core. There we go. You got it. That's it. Perfect, a lot better. So you get a little bit swinging in there, which is fine. And that's what, of course, as you progress, you'll be able to kind of contract and control movements a lot more. You'll see, you know, it's not an abnormal thing to start getting swinging, especially like, let's say even doing leg raises, which we're actually gonna be doing after this. You know, the body starts swinging and it's hard to control. But again, it's all about that mind-muscle connection here. So we'll just keep you on this one and really just get comfortable with the positioning and with the movement itself. But yeah, tensing that core up and slowing down the motion is really gonna help with any kind of momentum and any kind of swing here. So if you need a break, take it. If not, screw it, go right into it. All right. Okay, so nice and slow, tight core, there we go, slow, and good. Eccentric contraction, negative down, and then push. Looking good. That's it. Good. Really contract the chest. Looking good, man. Already way better. That's it. Awesome. So as you can tell, the differences between the two kind of dips. So, you know, if you're aiming more for tricep activation as compared to chest, triceps, of course, is your elbows are gonna be running a bit tighter, your torso is gonna be a little bit more vertical, but of course, working chest, so you are leaning forward slightly, and you already made these adjustments, which is great. The elbows will be flared out, so that way you get more activation in the chest, a little bit more push, and it can be a little bit more easier. So yeah, good job, man. How'd that feel?
Good.
A little better? How's the elbow?
Good.
Yeah, good, good.
Go again.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Last one. I think Lewis just wants to get this over with right now. I don't blame you. He's got school after this, so there we go. Nice. Now slow, contract, boom, 2, 3, good. Nice and slow, control. There we go. Come on, you got this. That's it. That's it. Nice. Very nice. All right, sweet, man. So that was it for the compound movements. I think Lewis is about done. I feel you, man. It's early. It's been a long day. It's been a lot of earful today too from me. So I don't blame you for wanting to get the hell out of here. But we do have leg raises next, and we're gonna be utilizing this same machine here, as you can tell, the same piece of equipment. And I'll just go over it with you real quick, Lewis, while you take your break, get a little breather. And so the full range motion leg raises, you know, you'll tend to see people like bring their legs up here, or even their knees up, or they're just doing this. And essentially, what that is doing is only working your hip flexors, because your hip flexors are responsible for, of course, flexing in the hips here. The abdominals are focused more on spinal flexion and really bringing those hips and lower body to a crunch position where you're crunching them in. So we're gonna get the full range of motion on the leg raises. So we're gonna bring those legs all the way up. If that's too difficult, we're just gonna do knee raises. So where you're bringing those knees up to your chest. And when you do that, you'll notice that the hips are rotating all the way up, getting that posterior tilt, and bringing those knees all the way up to the chest. So yeah, so get stabilized here, and try to kick all the way up. There we go, good, ready? And up, all the way up, good. You can tell that spine's flexing a bit, hips are picking up off the thing, and really getting the full contraction in those abdominals. We're gonna try for 10. There we go, up, that's it, good. Nice breathe. And good. And exhale. That's it. Nice. Good job. Yeah, a lot more difficult than just trying to raise your knees just about parallel to the floor. So good job. So just got 2 more sets of that. Nice and easy. You know, building that ab strength, right?
Yeah.
Again, getting that 6-pack. Do some laundry on those fuckers.
Getting some sore bods.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So once we get done with this, we got 2 more sets, and we're gonna stretch out a little bit, and Lewis is all done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. 1, 2, Exhale. Tighten his ass. Boom. There we go. Come on. Oops. Nice. All right. Lewis is done. Good job. We're gonna do some stretching, but we'll probably say goodbye to you guys because stretching can be a bit boring. If you haven't seen the stretching, or if you'd like to see the stretching, we actually did it on day 1, so make sure you check out that video, and we did a little bit more mobility in that video as well. So if you want to kind of recap of that, check that video out. But for now, I guess we're gonna bid adieu, and we'll see you on day 3.
Yep.
Another full body day, so Lewis is ready though. He's pumped.
Yeah.
Yep, well, I don't know, half pumped. He'll be fully pumped tomorrow. All right, what do we tell him?
Stay buff.
Stay buff. Ugh.